Welcome to Navigating Your Career Path, our podcast on career planning. I'm so excited to have you here with us today. I'm your host, Supradeep Mukherjee, and we shall dive a little deep into the insights, strategies, and plans to manage your career effectively in the ever changing environment and a very unpredictable job market. We have with us here today the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Lingaya's Vidyapeeth, Dr. P.K. Gupta. Dr. Gupta has an illustrious career in the Indian Air Force. He has served with public sector organizations. He has consulted with the private sector. He has held leadership positions in institutes of higher education like IIFT. And he's the Vice Chancellor of Lingaya's Vidyapeeth. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Supradeep.
So let's begin with my first question. How can students identify their strengths, their passions, and interests when they're thinking about a career?
See, when you think about a career, Supradeep, it means that you want to address the questions related to your livelihood in future.
Correct.
However, the life is not confined to livelihood alone. It is meant to be lived.
Correct.
And it is meant to be lived in a fashion that we enjoy it. And enjoyment comes from following your own passions
Very true.
in life. And for that, you have to look within and
Yes.
realize what is it that you enjoy most. Sometimes somebody could be enjoying his studies.
True.
Somebody could be enjoying his sports. Somebody could be enjoying fine arts. Somebody could be enjoying questioning, philosophizing.
Correct.
So then it is an internal journey. While others can help you in identifying what you should pursue, society may also guide you the paths which are available to you as a professional to pursue. Your internal happiness you only know about.
Very true.
So one should look within while also gathering information from the other sources, from his friends, from his family members who are close to him, his teachers and elders. But finally, the person has to make this decision himself. What is it that he would like to do in his life? Whether his livelihood would take priority or whether he would like to enjoy life as he goes along.
Wonderful. So if you look at Dr. P.K. Gupta from his school days and college days, what motivated you to get into the Indian Air Force, and then you decided to work with the public sector, the private sector, and now you're leading deemed to be university. So what process did you go through?
So Pradeep, in my life, I was pretty clear early in the in the childhood itself that I wanted to be in the military.
Wow.
The reason for that was the background from which I come from. My grandfather was a military officer in the British Army.
Wow.
And my father was a civil servant. And when I just juxtaposed my father against my grandfather, I always felt that the ethics and the life, the way he lived, was far superior to my father's life.
Okay.
Though my father never agreed. But I felt as a distant observer, looking at them, that the ethics that is being followed, the day-to-day routine, the manner in which he interacted with the world, and then the way he treated others, the way he treated the lowliest of the lowly,
Correct.
was much superior to my father's dealings, which were not inferior, but in comparative sense, it was certainly superior. So I felt that the military people were certainly better. And my childhood, though I was no judge at that point in time, nobody could be, that perhaps it made sense to imbibe that ethos in life and pursue that career. So it sort of attracted me, the uniform, and the lure of uniform was always there. So I had my own struggles in convincing my family in joining the military, but finally I succeeded because I had a passion for it.
Excellent, excellent. So you would advise youngsters to follow their passion as well. That's quite important.
Absolutely. However, it would be very, very reasonable to marry your passion with what is feasible.
Correct.
Sometimes your passion may not be able to earn your livelihood.
True, true.
Then it can act as a supplemental income, perhaps at best. Like you are a good artist, but unless you gain lot of fame, you may not be able to live on that income.
Correct.
But then you will have to inculcate certain skill sets, or you will have to develop certain skill sets in your life in order to lead a happy and healthy life. So there are many things which one should look at. So to lead a happy and healthy life in this world, on this mother planet Earth, you need to develop certain skills which are very, very essential.
Very true.
One is the analytical skills.
True.
There are some second mathematical skills which are closely related to the analytical skills.
Correct.
And then there are language skills. So these skills in any human being are imperative.
Very true.
Unless we develop them, we would not be able to lead a social life.
Very true. Very true. So talking about looking within, what role does personality play in determining a suitable career choice?
See, the personality is sum total of many things. The personality gets developed through our interaction within the family, with the outside world.
Correct.
And our own internal makeup that we develop through learning and reading.
Very true.
So, we have to be very conscious of the environment in which we live in and analyze properly whether the influences which are being impinged on us are appropriate for us to be imbibed.
Correct. Correct.
We may be subjected to certain influences through our family, through our environment, the school, the college, and the social circle that we have. We may imbibe certain influences which may not be appropriate.
Correct. Correct.
So if we do that, our personality gets adversely affected.
Sure.
So we have to rationalize the impact of our environment on ourselves.
Okay.
For that, we need to develop our own internal strength.
True.
Through reading and meditating on what is right, what is wrong.
So, sir, you were talking about the imperative of reading. So, do you think with the technology boom, people are losing out on the reading habit?
See, any development is usually a double-edged sword.
Correct.
And so is technology. While it is a great enabler and it enables our prompt and ready connectivity with the world, it also distracts us in many senses.
Very true.
So we have to use it as a tool and prioritize what we need to do in life.
Very true.
Reading is a very good habit because it makes us ponder over the experiences of others and learn from others.
Correct.
So there are two ways of learning. One is that you experience and learn yourself.
True.
Or you learn through the experiences of others.
Very true.
So if you experience something and learn from it, is obviously a great learning. But then better would be that if you could learn from others.
Very true.
From the experiences of others. And don't make the same mistakes which have been made by the others.
Very true.
So that comes through the experience. And where will you get those experiences? While you can get such experiences through interaction with your friends and family members, there are many very erudite scholars who have penned down their experiences.
Correct.
And their life experiences, especially in the great autobiographies.
Correct.
Right? That you can learn from.
Yes.
And you can imbibe those characteristics which were learned through the hard way by these men.
Very true.
So that would come only through reading.
Correct.
So that is why the reading should be indispensable in the life of everyone.
Very nice.
And the technology, unfortunately, seems to be a distraction in this regard. So we need to find a way to utilize technology as a tool.
Very true.
To facilitate what we need to do and facilitate our improvement personally.
Correct.
And professionally as well.
Correct. Correct.
So that is my take on this, Pradeep.
No, wonderful. I think we should encourage students to maybe download the Kindle app so that whenever they are anyway scrolling their phones, so they can read books on Kindle as well.
Absolutely.
Although I do like the smell of physical books, those old books, those yellow pages, the smell of the gum, the smell of the binding. So that's about reading, and they say that we've been able to look far because we've stood on the shoulders of giants.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. And sir, how early do you think students should start planning for their careers, and what are the first steps that a student should take while he's planning his career path?
See, these days, because of the influence of technology, as you pointed out earlier, mostly even at very early in the childhood, people have at least decided what they want to do in life, which is a very good development.
Yeah.
In earlier days, we were not so much influenced by the technology, and we were not aware of what is happening around us. So these days, people decide quite early in their life. However, sometimes that is misplaced. That is not in consonance with what is doable. So everybody wants to be an astronaut, but is it possible for everyone to be an astronaut?
True.
So one should look within and see the feasibility.
Very
and
true.
Whether becoming an astronaut is actually his or her calling.
Correct.
Or is it only an influence of the society or the environment in which one is living in?
True.
So you must decide as early as possible. But that is for a human being little difficult because human being has a very impressionable mind.
Correct.
He keeps on changing his decisions based on the inputs that he gets. And these days, because of the technological advancements, the rate of inputs has increased drastically.
Very true.
So, while you may take your own time, you should at least decide to develop certain skills which would hold you in good stead in life. As I said earlier, the language skills, the numerical skills, and the analytical skills.
Correct.
They are indispensable.
Very true.
In any case, one has to learn them.
Correct.
And the only way to ensure that you lead a successful life is to excel in these skills.
True.
So regardless of the profession that you want to pursue, we must aim to inculcate certain degree of excellence in these three skills.
Sure. Wonderful, sir. I think this is a very vast topic, and we shall need more than one sitting and iteration for our listeners and our viewers to gain the maximum benefit. So thank you so much for being with us for the first part of our podcast on career planning. We shall again call you and we shall do a follow-up part 2 of this podcast, sir.
Thank you, Supradeep.
Thank you
so
for your time.
much.